Hello, and welcome to the Nomadic Book Corner. I know it's been 20 years since my last video, but I'm back and feeling inspired to try a new format with visuals instead of me just sitting talking about the books like I did in the past. I'd like to start off with a massive shout out to Desmond Z, who brought me back to BookTube with his amazing mid year book tag video a few weeks ago, where I discovered a lot of great books, including the one I'm going to be talking about today. His video is linked below, and I hope you'll all go and watch it to find some new reads. Today, we'll be traveling to the Washington coast, which is the setting of Remarkably Bright Creatures by Shelby Van Pelt, which is a gorgeously written literary fiction novel published by Echo in 2022. The book is predominantly about the friendship formed between an octopus and his caretaker. The most prominent character is Marcellus, the giant Pacific octopus, who is a rescue and has lived in the aquarium for a couple of years. Marcellus is extremely bored and grumpy, rightfully so, and likes to go on nighttime adventures when the aquarium is closed. Next up, we have Tova, who's a hardworking night shift janitor at the aquarium. She's a widow, and her son disappeared mysteriously 30 years ago, which is an ongoing plot point throughout the story, as she tries to figure out what happened to him and hasn't given up on the quest for answers. Next, we have Cameron, who's in town after his girlfriend breaks up with him and he's just been fired from his 20th job. He's desperate and finds a job at the aquarium as a janitor as well and is terrified of Marcellus. Lastly, we have Ethan, who's a Scottish man who owns the only grocery store in town. He's a massive gossip and knows everyone's business, and I love that for him. He also has a thing for Tova. Our story starts off with Marcellus, whose thoughts we get to hear mostly as grumpy monologues about his life in captivity and how he hates everything and everyone around him. It sounds strange, but I really loved the nuanced opinions that he had about humans and the environment around him. He's extremely bored and understimulated, as he is remarkably intelligent, so he decides to go on adventures outside of his tank after hours. One night, Marcellus gets stuck during his little adventure, and Tova finds him and helps him out. She also decides that there's no harm in him having a little wander around sometimes. So they form a little understanding that starts off as just tolerating each other, and with time, it turns into a weirdly beautiful friendship where the two genuinely enjoy each other's company. The story also follows the budding friendship between Tova and Ethan, the local grocer, and we learn more about who Tova is and the things and the people she cares about. We also learn more about Tova's past as well and the mystery of her son's disappearance. When Cameron arrives in town, the first person he meets is Ethan, which is great because he knows everything and everyone in town, and he tells Cameron about a job opportunity at the aquarium. And that's how Cameron comes to form a relationship with Marcellus and Tova, although a very different kind of interaction as he's terrified of the giant octopus. I've left it pretty vague, so you can go and read the book yourself. This was really interesting for me, though, because I volunteered at an aquarium in my early 20s, and my life flashed before my eyes anytime I made eye contact with the resin octopus because I was terrified. So I can't relate with this octave friendship plot, but I know anyone will enjoy this book because of the universal themes, such as finding friendship in unexpected places, the importance of family, both the families we have and the family we choose, and how those relationships evolve as we age. And ultimately, the story is about finding hope and giving hope to others when they need it. So much like Desmond Z, this is a book that tugged at my heartstrings, moved me, and made me happy. In case it wasn't obvious, I absolutely loved this book, and I think everyone should go out and read it. It's a new favorite and inspired me to come back to BookTube and gush about it. I hope you'll all give it a shot and let me know what you think of it. I gave Remarkably Bright Creatures 5 out of 5 stars on Goodreads and will definitely be thinking about this book for a while. I'm still terrified of octopuses slash octopi, and even this gem of a book won't change that. But I'll always wonder what an octopus is thinking whenever I come across one from now on. Thanks so much for watching. Subscribe for more videos. There is lots more to come.